Hello and welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. This is a channel about cross stitch, so yay! Anyway, um, one couple of real quick things before I start, and hopefully I'm not going to I'm not very big. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers yet, so hopefully I'm not going to scare anybody off yet. But I just want to say a couple things. I've been really quiet about stuff that's been going on, and I promise, just gonna be a sec. It really is. Because just it's gotten a little bit more personal for me. The first thing is um, Black Lives Matter. I mean, that's should be obvious. I had a very good friend of mine. His brother was affected by this. So that really kind of hit home, and it's just like you hear about it, and then when it happens to a family member of someone you know and someone you care about, it's like it really makes it a lot different. So um that's pretty much all I have to say about that. It's just Black Lives Matter. I mean, why is that even a why is that even in doubt? Anyway, that's also about that. Oh yeah, sorry, I got my this is my my stitch finger. I think I explained this before. I put this on here because I I like dig in the needle with my finger, and it makes a little dent, and this helps. So, the second thing is, J.K. Rowling. This is one I absolutely have a personal stake in. If the shirt, if you get it, you get it. That's all I'll say. But yeah, I have a very personal stake in what J.K. Rowling has said. Uh, she said some uh, very anti-trans things, which was not cool. Not cool. Um, and I think a lot of people made a lot of good points, so I'm not really gonna harp on it. Other just to say then, um, you know, and I know it's troublesome because there's a lot of people who have said a lot of things, but like I said, this has been repetitive and this is quite personal, and so um while I'm not going to buy anything that is Harry Potter officially licensed anymore, I'm still going to read the books that I have. I'm still going to enjoy the movies that I have. And I have patterns and, the people on Etsy and people like that who are making unofficial things. Absolutely. I will absolutely still support those because no money is going to her specifically. So, okay, that's all. That's all I want to say about that. Like I said, I wanted to make this short. So, hi! Now that that's over with, hopefully I didn't scare everybody away. I mean, I know this mug is a little scary, but it's what I got. Um, so let me go ahead and of course I've got my tea today. I needed something kind of strong, and with my the emails that I got today, I was feeling rather English, so I got good old PG tips. Like I said, this is supposed to be kind of a basic builder's tea in England. Don't know if it's true or not, but hey, it's good and it's rather strong. I can do it with only one tea bag instead of two, so that's always nice. So there you go, and of course bees, cause bees. Yeah. So emails, Q&A, all that good stuff. First off, from Diane Duggan. She was asking about um, the Doctor Who Bendy Stitchy that I had, the Bendy Flip that I had last week, and she asked if that was the silence. Um, and me being I'm a Doctor Who fan, but I haven't watched that much of it yet, so I wasn't sure. But I checked with a friend of mine, and yes, that is indeed a silence. So good call. Um, and she also said that she was glad I was healing well, and yeah, I'm really surprised. Um, I've been healing extraordinarily well. I mean, there's a little part of me that wants to show you guys my scars, but you want to know how I got the scars? Sorry, bad reference. Um, but I don't think that YouTube, even though I could do it without showing anything in particular, YouTube would probably frown upon it, and people might not like it. So, maybe I'll post it to Instagram. I could do that and make sure everything is covered that needs to be. It's a cool little scar though. It's about right here, and it's about that long. So maybe 4 inches. But anyway, it's a cool scar. It'll be an interesting story to tell. All right. So, Song was just she just posted encouraging words. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Heather Woolley. She said that she was from England originally, but moved to Florida. And yes, I'm jealous. Weirdly enough, she said she lived the first 25 years in uh, England and then moved to Florida. I lived most of my first 25 years in South Carolina and then moved to Florida. And obviously, I'm back in South Carolina, but other than a brief stint overseas in Saudi Arabia, which I think I've talked about. I don't know. So so yeah, it's kind of funny. I went down to Florida, and then stayed there for about 5 or 6 years, I guess. And then we had the Charlie and Francis and Jean, and I kind of got tired of hurricanes, so I moved back to South Carolina and brought my husband with me. So, um, I think that's about it. Oh, and she also said how much she loved Good Omens. So that is a very, very good show. I keep trying to recommend it to anybody that I can because yes, you need to. I know I'm still touching my face because I'm a terrible person. Um, and Healing Gamer had asked when the Velosano ends. It ends 27 days from now. That's as of the 20th of June. So kind of mid-endish July. So if there is anybody else who who wants to donate, like I said, you don't obviously you don't have to, and it doesn't matter if it's $5 or whatever, however much you want to do. I apologize, it's allergies. Um, every little bit helps. 100% of it goes to cancer research um, for clinics that are in the Ohio area. But I mean, you know, obviously the effects are felt everywhere, but they are for Ohio area clinics that are doing really, really good research. So, and I'll make sure I put the link down in here again. I've got 180 so far, so that's great. You know, that's awesome. Um, I wasn't actually expecting it even to be that high, so you know, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. Um, all right. Now, so coal. Now, I don't know if that's koi as in fish or coal as in like the stone or the rock. So I'm gonna say coal. Hopefully that's a hopefully I said your name right because I totally messed up last time. Um. So she was talking about how she's not really a fan of green tea, but there were some other foods that she started eating, and I had um, I had written her back, and I was just uh, expounding on the fact that it's really cool that human taste buds are really strange because there's foods like olives and asparagus and other things like that that I never used to eat, and now I'll eat them. Just I don't know, just because whatever reason, you know, my taste buds have changed. So it's kind of neat. Um, she'd also mentioned Supernatural. I've never seen Supernatural. I had a friend of mine who was about as obsessed with Supernatural as I am with Sherlock, which is a lot. Although I've heard the last couple seasons aren't as good, but and it is on uh Netflix, I believe. Yeah. So it's not that I can't see it, but there's a lot of seasons. It's a little daunting, and I've never started it. And that's kind of the same with Terry Pratchett. I would like to read some of his stuff, and I know he's got that big Discworld series. And sorry, I have a cat at my feet. Hi, cat. Um, so I would love to read them, but again, that's also very daunting because there's a lot of books in Discworld series. So maybe I can find another Pratchett book to read. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions on something to maybe ease my way into Pratchett after Good Omens. Because I am actually reading Good Omens. Wait, here it is. And this is one of the newer ones that is, the covers from the series, obviously. But I mean, it's still the same book. I'm not very far into it, but I'm working on it. So, all right. Um. Oh yeah, and she had also mentioned that her cat snores. I've never heard my cat snore, but she does have two odd things. She tends to fart right when she wakes up. It's really weird, and this is not just once or twice. It happens almost every time, and they're quiet, so you don't hear them, but you smell them. So also, when she's like in a really, really deep sleep. When she's in a really deep sleep, she'll do this like little mewling noise. I can't even explain it. It's weird, but she'll do it twice, and then that's it. And then she'll be quiet, you know, for however else long she sleeps. It's really strange, but she's a strange cat. So what can you do? I love her though. And the last one, oh, I'm so sorry about my nose. The last one was Amanda M. And again, that was just encouragement. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like the projects. So I think that's about it for Q&A. No new starts. Although, was it full coverage fanatics? Yes, it's full coverage fanatics. They're doing a thing like a bingo sort of thing for July. So I might actually, no, probably won't be by the next time it might be, by the next time I do this. I may or may not start that Haid that I have, the little dragon one. So we'll see. Excuse me, we'll see. There's a bingo where there's prompts and you can try to fill in. I don't think there's any prizes, or I think it's just to get your work done. But you can do you can fill out the prompts, and um, I believe they have a non-counting one, which I'm thinking about doing. They also have a counting one, which is 1,000 stitches, which isn't that bad. So, if you get if you want a bingo, then it'd be 5,000 stitches in a month, and I don't think that doesn't seem like that would be all that hard. The only problem is I don't have that many full coverage, so that's what's going to make it a little tougher. So I've imposed mostly what I do is not full coverage, and so that's kind of imposing myself a little extra challenge. But I've looked them over. I kind of have a little bit of a game plan, so we'll see. We'll see. Um, I've been really bad about enchanted stitching and semi-sane. I've been really bad about doing anything in those because I've just been kind of stitching for myself, which is nice, obviously. Um, so we'll see. We'll see if I get back into it and try to do some actual stuff or just continue on. So yeah, no new starts. Works in progress. And again, I'm really sorry I didn't take this out of the QSnap, but it's not like it's a really intense pattern. It's actually just geometric. It's the very same thing every time. So this is that Italian flag. Uh, I have the green done, as you can see over here. Actually, I can do this real quick. I can at least take this off, and there we go. Unfurl the flag. Yeah, it's very wrinkly, sorry. So, I mean, you see what the pattern is. It's not like it's a surprise. So I got the green done, so it means at least I'm a third of the way done. Actually, I'm halfway done, because I got one of the white ones totally done, and I'm on the second white one, which obviously is not going to be able to get to the very bottom, because hoop. But yeah, so that's it's coming along pretty nicely actually. I've got a surprising amount done, but I'm kind of burning out on it a little bit just because it's so repetitive. It's like one color, like you know. So that's that. Also, I almost pulled out Smaug, so I'm really sorry about everybody who wanted to see Smaug. I was thinking about doing him last night. That sounds wrong. Well, that's what she said. Anyway, I was thinking about doing them last night, and then I decided to get on Virtual Stitchers, and I was on Virtual Stitchers last time I worked on them, and I love all these guys. I'm not blaming anybody. Well, I might blame Vicky Gable because she's easy to blame, but um uh so I was on there, and that's when I messed up and put him into timeout. So I was like, I don't think going back to him while on Virtual Stitchers is a good idea. I was like, I'm just inviting trouble. So I actually worked on um Good Omens instead. So I swear, really, he is coming out of timeout. I promise you. I do want to work on him. And in fact, hey, I may work on him today because um, I really don't have a whole lot of other stuff going on today. So, yeah. Um, and unfortunately, so okay, hold on. So, before Virtual Stitchers, I actually got second page done. Yay! So I'm 2 pages down, 28 to go. I'm getting there. Excuse me. So, this is unfortunately all I did for page 3, just this part here, because for whatever reason, this particular string of 310 keeps on freaking tangling up. I've had to, I mean, I know my back's terrible, but I've had to frog just all bunch of this stuff, like one of them a couple of times, and so it was really slow going last night. That, and obviously people were talking and chatting and stuff, so I mean that didn't help. So I mean it's I'll blame Vicky Gable again because I can't. So yeah, so I didn't get much done last night, but I'm definitely gonna continue to work on it. Um, Doing the outlines is actually the hard part. Once you got that done, because I'll do the black lines first, and then I'll do the fill in. The fill in's easy. It's mindless, and so once I do the black lines, then I'll be good to go on page 3. I mean, it's not gonna go quickly, but it'll go easier. It'll be kind of mindless like the flag, but at least it'll be different colors, so it won't be quite as mindless. Alright, so that is it for works in progress. Once again, no finished or fully finished. Still have not done anything with my, I almost said what it was, haha, with my Halloween exchange. Still got plenty of time. Still procrastinating, because I am a master procrastinator. I am good at it. I may be the best, fight me. Okay. Um, alright, so plans. Um, try to freaking get some more work on Smaug. Take him out of timeout. I actually had him out and was looking at him, and then I was like, no. So I mean, he was like that close to being reworked on. But so work on Smaug. Continue on the flag. I mean, if I worked on the flag monogamously, I could probably get it done before I record again. But that's probably not going to happen because it is monotonous. I do want to get it done. I have plenty of time. I figure I probably want to give it to my dad for his birthday in August, which is the end of August. So, but once again, I don't want to procrastinate and put it off like I have been, because yeah. Other plans: continue to work on Good Omens. The sooner I can get that the black lines done, the sooner I can start with the easier fill in. So that's always good. Um, and like I said, possibly maybe start the Hade. I don't know. I mean, I don't have to start it for they don't have to be starts, obviously, for the full coverage fanatics. So I could start it before July the 1st. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I just have not decided whether I really want to commit to that or not. So we'll see. Uh, also plans. Um, while in Virtual Stitchers, because they are terrible enablers. This will go into plans and also into Hall. Um, Now this I've had, but I haven't done anything with it. It is my, okay, it's not turning on. Oh, there we go. Okay, hey, there we go. Anyway, so it is my fancy feast. She doesn't even eat fancy feast. Anyway, whatever. So, so it's my Kindle Fire, and um, everybody has. I mean, I've heard about this before. Obviously, lots of people are talking about Pattern Keeper, and most of what I do is not full coverage, but I still want to give it a try because it's not expensive. It's like $8 or $9, not 89, 8 or 9. I can enunciate. I mean, I'm Southern, but still. Um, and I have a few patterns um, that would really benefit, especially the Good Omens. And if it's on here, I'm not. I've heard some things about cross stitch collectibles that they're on there, but they're not very good. But I have the cross stitch collectibles of Starry Night, and I have not been doing it. So I'm hoping maybe if it is on there, and it is good, that maybe it can encourage me to actually work on that because that is my oldest whip. I started it January 1st, 20 either 2018 or 2019. I guess 2019 probably. I think it's a year old. I think that sounds right. So yeah, and there's a few. I've got maybe a couple of hundred stitches in it. That's it. So yeah, it's bad. So those are the two main reasons I want Pattern Keeper. So if anybody has any suggestions, especially any information about cross stitch collectibles and Pattern Keeper specifically, please, hook me up here. Um, it's just that for the fire, you have to do a few specific things to get it on the fire because uh, it's not what's the duck face? Um, it's not set up for Android, I don't believe. So I just need to do it. I just need to. I've got some instructions. I just need to watch instructions and watch the um, YouTube that somebody sent me uh, and set it up. I've just been lazy about it. So also in going into haul and retail therapy, I'm going to put these on my phone because they're Etsy's. Um, I did get a few things, and some of these may be more than a couple weeks old. I've just been really lazy um, about showing them. So this was another one. The Smaug is by Maria Brovko. Cute Patterns by Maria, which I will have a link to below. Um, and I'm sorry this is a terrible picture. Oh, there we go. It's not too terrible. There we go. That is Sherlock's house, which is pretty cool. So it's just a picture of 221B. This was Geeky Designs, I believe it is, or Geeky Stitches, I think it is. Um, you can't really read it. There we go. We solve crimes. I blog about it, and he forgets his pants. So it only is funny if you actually have watched Sherlock and understand why he's not wearing any pants. Um, and and I'm blurry again. There we go. And one thing you have to remember that is in England or in the UK, I should say, pants actually means underwear, not pants. So it means he's not wearing any underwear. And no, it's nothing. It's a G-rated show. And the other one from Geeky Stitches, I'm not a psychopath. I'm a high-functioning sociopath. Again, kind of only if you've watched the show. Um, People keep referring to him as the psychopath. Sherlock, I mean. He keeps insisting that he is a high functioning sociopath, although, in the way that people always study shows and kind of, do character studies and stuff. A lot of people have said that most most people agree that Sherlock really, even though he's saying that he's a sociopath, he's really not because he's cold, but he has shown time and time again that there are people that he does have feelings for. So he's not really a true psychopath. Although, and they even mentioned it once in the show, it is possible he might be an autistic character, which is interesting. I mean, it's never stated outright. One person kind of you know, hints at it or questions it, but obviously it's never stated outright. But that's an interesting point, and also kind of to the point of what I was going on about uh, with J.K. Rowling and with Black Lives Matter. Lollipop Stitches did a whole series of hearts, and they had different colors and different flags, um, and the money was going. I don't know if it was actually Black Lives Matter or if it was a different charity that just has to do with Black Lives Matter. I forget, and I apologize. Um, and I won't show it for too long. Whoops, because it's the pattern. But honestly, if you can do anything with this, then you are, more power to you. But boy, I can't really. Okay, well, hold on a second. Is that too much light? No. Anyway, it's fading out. But anyway, so I don't know if you can see what the flag is, but it looks like this. So anyway, so that is. I'm gonna make sure. I think that was the last one. Yes, that is the last one. Um, I did go to my LNS yesterday with a mask. It's required to walk in there with a mask. Um, and I did get another ink circles. I have two already. So, but I have a this is Elemental Dragons Earth. Um, but I have a particular plan for this. Um I put in an order for Threadworks, which I've never used before. I'm really excited. In fact, I might have a picture of what the thread looks like. Let me see if I do. I do not. Um, it's called somebody's balloons, like Billy. Billy's balloons or something of that sort. I forget exactly what it was called, but it's this really, really beautiful rainbowy color, and so I'm going to use that on the ink circles, even though it really has nothing to do with Earth, but it's pretty, and it's my pattern, so I can sort the way I like. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Not only trying Threadworks for the first time, which I've heard lots of good stuff about, but also I just wanted something that was going to be really colorful and very variegated. And and I found a good pattern, I think, which will show that off. So hey, um, I think I showed this off last week. Also, the main reason that I actually went to the LNS was I needed scissors. Usually I get these. Um, yeah, I opened up my windows and I guess it's too bright outside, but the sun keeps going in and out of the clouds because it's the south and we get thunderstorms every afternoon because we do. But yeah, I usually get these little scissors, which are great. Got the little thingy and they're really small, but they're very sharp. So, unfortunately, this was the last one that they had. So, I grabbed a couple slightly bigger ones. This is little Christmas trees and this is little snowflakes, but I mean, I don't care. The design's really small, so, and I don't, you know, it's whatever. Also, I think I showed these last week, so I'm not going to harp on them. And they're stuck together. Um, but these are, once again, since I'm blaming Vicky Gable for everything, um, these are from Stitch and Buttons, Vicky. And so, like I said, I think I showed them. I got the tea bag, or the cup of coffee, Starbucks tea, um, gigantic scary cat, which is awesome. I love it. Freddie Mercury, because, why not? Chocolate and donut that says "Eat me," and so Vicky was joking around. She was like, "Were you hungry when you ordered?" I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe I was. I don't remember honestly if I was hungry when I ordered, but there you go." So yeah, other than that and the Threadworks that's coming, that's it. I've been trying to be good. Sorry about my nose. These allergies are kicking my butt. Um, but I've been trying to be good, and it's, I don't know. I've been all right, I guess. I did not go to the LNS with the intention of buying um, pattern, but I saw that I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And I know there's three others. I really like. I know there's gonna be like fire, like earth, fire, water, sky, or because I think there's four. Um, I right now I'm not planning to do all four, but we'll see. It depends on how much fun I have doing this one. I've never done ring circles, so I don't know if I'll like it. I don't know if I'll hate the monotony. Um, I don't know. Excuse me. So we'll see, and so I'll kind of go on from there. And I don't know, that has no plans of being started anytime soon. I haven't got the thread obviously, and I don't even know what I'm gonna sew it on. It's the picture is like this really pretty, what do they call it? Lima bean. It's hard to see. You can't really see it here, but it's very, very, oh, there we go. That's not bad. It's a very pale green, a pale green. And so, I don't have a pale green. But I have some other ones. I think it's called Demoiselle, where it's kind of like it's, it's kind of like swirls of pink and blues and greens and yellows, and it's all really pretty. Um, so it kind of looks like I don't know, like some sort of weird fantasy background. But uh, so I don't know. Anyway, so that's a possibility. I've hold on to that for like a year now, and I keep looking for the exact right thing to put it on, and I haven't found that one thing yet. So who knows? Maybe that'll be it. I think it's 14 count because at first that's all I was getting because that's all I was getting. Um, so I mean, there's that, but I'll be all right. It's 14 isn't that bad. This is no, that's not 14. The this is 14 though. This is the Artiste brand, which I think is Hobby Lobby's, I believe. uh, Hobby Lobby's brand, and you can kind of see it. Oh yeah, that's my that'll be covered up. But that was my this end up, which I usually end up doing somewhere on my fabric. But you can kind of see it. But yeah, that's 14 count, and the coverage, at least for these solid colors, is bad. But so if I do it on 14, I may do it with 3 strands instead of 2. Um, Actually, Threadworks, is Threadworks still 2 threads? Somebody help me out here. I don't know. I don't know if Michelle, Betty said I don't know if you watch these or not. I know you know. You love Threadworks. So on like 14 or 16 or 18 count, would that still be 2 threads, or is it kind of like sulky where it's thicker and you only need one? So help. All right. Sorry, I'm rambling on a little bit too much. So let me continue on. FlossTuber of the week. And again, links will be down below. This week it's Robert's Palace of Stitches. Robert, obviously. Uh, I haven't been watching him for a very long time, but for a little bit. Um, and he is. I was chatting with him, well, and a bunch of other people on Virtual Stitches last night, and he's a generally very cool and funny guy. So, and he's got plenty of followers. I don't need to uh, really shout him out too much, but he's very good. Definitely go watch him. Um, there's not a whole lot of male searches out there, and so it's always nice to see them. And I like that he does a lot of geeky things. Like he loves Harry Potter stuff, and we were enabling people last night, and he got a couple of Harry Potter patterns last night. I believe also from Marie Brovko, um, the one that did my Smaug. I believe it was her. She had a Hermione and a Ron. I think that they grabbed, which are really cute patterns. All right, so that's for the Flosstuber of the week. For the stitching website of the week, speaking of, I actually put Q Patterns by Maria since we keep mentioning her, and she has a lot of really good stuff. Now she doesn't always do um she doesn't do just fandom stuff. She does a lot of really, really pretty things. I will warn you that there is backstitch and there are blended stitches usually, but it's not hard. It's really not. I mean, honestly, I am very much not a brave stitcher. I mean, I'm still an Ada. I still can't do um, what do they call the knots? Anyway, French knots. I still can't do French knots. I've never tried even weave or anything like that. So I haven't tried a whole lot of stuff, but um, I have tried some blended, and I have tried a good bit. This is a good bit of backstitch, and if honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Her patterns are really nice, and they're very easy to read. There's not a problem with that. Even with backstitch and blending, the way she has it set up is very easy to understand. So that's really cool. So I definitely recommend her. And their prices are really good too. I mean, they're pretty low. I mean, they're all PDFs, obviously, which is fine. That's for most people, that's not a problem. Um, all right, so and for the non-stitching um, uh, link of the week, which will be below, I'm going back to YouTube for a band that I really like. They're called Ninja Sex Party, which sounds weird, but they actually are very good. It's a little hard to describe them, and I will say that a lot of their music is actually tends to be a little not safe for work. I mean, it's rock. It's not you know rap or anything like that. But it's usually let me go back. So Ninja Sex Party is two people. It's Dan Avidan and Brian Wett. So it's Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian. And essentially, Ninja Brian is a ninja who never says anything. And he has this penchant for just randomly killing people. Not really, obviously. And then Danny Sexbang he thinks he's God's gift to women, but he is really just kind of I don't want to say bumbling idiot, because he's not an idiot, but just a hopeless romantic, I guess you could say. And so that's kind of their characters. And so that's kind of the sort of music that they'll do, where, Danny will be singing about, uh, going out on a date, or things like that. And there's one about there's an old song that they did, one of their first, about getting okay, I mean, there's no really good way to say it, but getting uh sorry, wow, my mind is blank. Um, Getting erections at very inappropriate times. So, which is a really, really funny song. It's called No Reason Boner. So, that's one I definitely recommend. But they also, if you're not into those types of songs, I would still recommend them, because they have actually done 3 cover albums. And if you go to, excuse me, excuse me, if you go to the YouTube, you can actually listen to them all, and you can buy them. I've actually bought all 3. They're called Under the Covers, and they're going to be mostly 80s songs, some 70s songs, but they're covers of songs that, if you're from the era, you'll know. Like they did an amazing cover of Toto's Africa. Um, um, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what else they've done. Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me take a sip of my drink. Hold on. Their newest one, I don't remember if this was the very late 80s or maybe the very early 90s, but they did an amazing cover of Seal's Kiss from a Rose from, I believe, the Batman and Robin soundtrack. And Danny's voice is amazing. So even if you don't like that type of humor, definitely listen to the Under the Covers albums because they are amazing. I mean, and there's nothing; those are totally safe for work, no cursing, anything like that. So the Under the Covers albums are perfectly good. You good to listen anywhere. I have in Pandora there's a Ninja Sex Party Radio channel, and so I'll just listen to their music when I'm driving. I love listening to their covers. Um, but yeah, okay. So anyway, I'm ranting again. I'm sorry. I am rambling today. I don't know why. Finally, the random bee fact, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because I'm not really sure how, but the bee is the only social insect to be partially domesticated by humans. And I'm not really sure what they mean by partially domesticated. I mean, I guess they're talking about, putting them in hives and in bee skeps and apiaries and things. But I don't really see how that's exactly domesticated. But whatever. Anyway, once again, I'm rambling. So I think that's about it. Wait, boy, the colors are just wow. No, that's actually worse, not better. No, anyway. Yeah, colors are just really bleeding out here. Sorry about that. I guess I got too much sun. I didn't know that was a problem, but apparently it is. So I guess that is about it. Can't think of anything else to ramble about. So I'm gonna get this uploaded, and I will talk to all you guys later. Bye.